This week our heroes talk about pranks that have gone too far. Jess celebrates her freedom, and is Chuck E. Cheese is lying to us. All this and more on this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. Episode 70 Fun. Welcome to this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. We are good for your ears. I'm Dan, and you can find me at RFS Dan.
And I'm Jess. You can find me at Gone to the Snow Dogs and Snow Dogs Vlogs, and apparently no longer in lockdown. Sorry, I had to.
Let's just get to it because you've been bouncing off the walls like a kid in a candy store all day.
I'm gonna be a kid in a candy store as soon as the candy store opens on Friday.
Jess is being released from confinement, solitary confinement.
Oh my gosh. It's happening. It's really happening.
You've been happy all day.
Why? I mean, I have every right to be happy today. Like, they said that northern Michigan can open. The rest of Michigan, sorry y'all, you can't open yet, but I live up north in the middle of nowhere where there's not a lot of people, and they're letting us open. Now, they're only letting us open to, like, restaurants can open to 50% capacity, and, like, offices can start opening again, like, that type of thing. Salons are still closed. But a lot of
what was
things
the last time you went there?
Right. Let's see. It would have been November.
Right.
But yeah, they're letting us reopen. The deli gets to reopen, and I'm so excited. I just want grilled cheese and tomato soup and a Reuben and a pretzel bread sandwich. And man, I thought I got fat from staying home, but holy cow, wait till the deli opens back up.
Right. So when does this happen? Is it on your marks, get set, go?
Friday at 12:01 a.m.
Wow, just ready for the weekend. Ready for the 3-day weekend.
Ready for holiday weekend. Which, okay, so the other reason that I'm really excited about this, and I know we've talked and touched upon this a little bit on the podcast, and I know you and I have talked about it a lot more, and I've talked to other friends of mine about it a lot. The having everything locked down and having all of these small businesses, we live in these tiny little communities where, like, we don't have big manufacturing plants, and people work and own these small little shops. And for things like holiday weekends, when holiday weekends can make or break some of these places.
Absolutely.
You know, like, for me, I think I've had this overwhelming cloud of sadness, worried about all of these families and all of these businesses. Not that I'm also not worried about people getting sick. That's not what I'm saying. I'm worried about all of it. But, like, I've just had this overwhelming sense of, I know what it's like to own a business, and I know what it's like when your business is hurting. And knowing that Memorial Day weekend was this weekend, and these places weren't going to be able to be there for their customers was, I don't know, it really hurt me on the inside and made me sad. And now, like, they can be open. Now, they still have to do, like, all kinds of, there's still restrictions, no gatherings of more than 10 people, which means game night can return because there's only 4 of us that do that anyway.
Right.
But no gatherings of more than 10 people. Social distancing still has to be, 6 feet. All of the businesses that are opening still have to, like, put things on their floor so people know where they can stand. They still want everybody to offer curbside service, which I'm sure everybody that's already been doing it will, and anybody that's now pre-opening. Like, I've seen some of the small places in our town today posting, we're opening Friday, we're going to offer curbside service, call ahead to get what you want. So they still have to do all those things. So everybody's still going to be taking precautions, wear your mask if you can wear a mask, those types of things. But I don't know. I feel like for me this morning when I heard that, there was just, like, I felt all of northern Michigan and these tiny little communities, like, just breathe a sigh of relief. Like, most of the cases in Michigan are located downstate. Most of the counties up here have almost no cases. Like, it's centered in lower Michigan. And I felt like for all of this time, our governor was ignoring that. Like, the governor was just like, all of Michigan is closed because, like where you're at in California, LA County has different restrictions than a lot of the rest of California.
Yes.
Here, it didn't matter. Everybody was under the same restrictions, no matter what. And it was sad and it scared me. And I don't know, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited that people get to go back to work. I'm really excited that, like, we get to try that. Who's to say a week from now they might go, we made a mistake, you're all sick, and now we're closing it down. Could happen. I don't know. Let's hope it doesn't. I don't think it will. But, it's like a huge weight. And I know, like, I know everybody's been feeling it, like, even in my vlogs and, even a little bit in the podcast where I've been off. I just feel like today I just want to run around like a crazy person because I'm so happy for all of these people that I've been so concerned about.
I agree. I have not seen you pumped up this much in a long time. I've seen it before, but it's been a minute.
I'm so happy. Like, and I don't want anybody to listen to this and be like, well, you don't care about the people that are getting sick, or, that's not it. Like, I'm still scared for that too. But this is something that has been weighing heavily on me, being a small business owner, knowing that my family hasn't been able to open their business, and now knowing that we can reopen. And like, summer is and I say summer of course doesn't start till June. Summer for us starts Memorial Day weekend. For the deli, summer starts Memorial Day weekend. That's it. From Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend, the amount of money we make in that amount of time is it makes it so we can sustain what we do. And if we can't be open, there's a huge dark cloud that's like, can we survive if we can't get these sales? And I mean, the honest answer is probably no. We make it through the winter because we have good sales in the summer. We're a small business. We don't employ that many. We're not some big corporation. So knowing all of those struggles and knowing all of those things that people go through, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm allowed to be happy for this.
So I have some questions. So, like, the deli made it, but I did see that there was a brewery that was, I don't know, within an hour or so from you that they could not make it anymore.
Yeah.
What is it? Because when I watch the logistics of the deli, we won't get into too much of like the personal stuff, but like,
right.
If you're not working right now, you're able to collect stuff from the government. If it's shut down, I mean, is like, you don't think it'd be a price, but is overhead that much that you guys are going to sink? Or like, why did that brewery not like why did they not make it? They couldn't just like board it up for the pandemic, and then everybody's still kind of getting paid on the back end from the government. What makes that place go out of business but not? And it's sad. It was like 14 years they were open for, and not the deli.
Yeah. The deli's been open for 15 years. That brewery had been open for 14 years. So a lot of the difference is we're very fortunate in the fact that where the deli's located, we own that building. That building is our building. So, for one, we're paying a lot less than what most people are paying for rent.
So the survivability rate is a little bit longer, but not too much. Not too much longer.
Not too much longer. There's still, it's not like we shut off the utilities. We still have, frozen goods that are good for a long period of time. So we've still got freezers that are running. The heat was still running. We can't let the heat shut off because you don't want the pipes to freeze. Of course, that's not going to happen right now because it's not that cold. But, we had the heat turned down in there, but it was still on. We couldn't shut off our internet services because we were contracted with that for 2 years. So we still had to pay that, $160 every month for the internet. There's things that we still had to pay, to keep them. So when it comes to like a little bit bigger of a business, like the Big Cat Brewery, I believe they were leasing their space. I don't know, but when I was talking to a friend of mine, I think their lease was like $4,000 a month.
Oof, yeah.
So when you compare that and you go, you still have to pay your lease because, and there's always this thing where people are like, well, landlords should let people not have to pay their lease. That's really easy for you to say when you're not a landlord. They have bills to pay too. They have mortgages they have to pay. Yeah, there are landlords that probably could give you a discount on your rent, which I know some of ours locally have. So,
not here. We got a letter right in the beginning because you know how like you can call and get your like auto payment extended, or even the car commercials are taking advantage of it where they're like, buy a car now and you don't have to pay anything for 4 months. They made sure that we got a letter with our rent here at the park that's like, oh yeah, you're suffering, so are we. Like, too bad. Like, if you can come and like financially show us on paper that this is impacting you like this, then maybe we can work something out. But they had no love here. They have no love. They're just like tough lucks because I'm sure they rely on it themselves. Yeah, they rely on it as well. So I think that the reason that like that place ended up closing was just the costs over the few months of not being there. Their costs increase, and then you lose product. There's product we had when we decided to close the deli, we literally went in there and gave all the food away to the employees. Yeah. Because it wasn't going to stay good. It wasn't going to stay good for months. So we went in there and we said, here's a whole ham, here's a whole turkey, here's anything that was thawed. There's still too much food. We had this jug of stuff. No, it was a bucket of stuff. Yeah. For the party. And there was like 80 ounces of like soup in there or something. You guys, there's not enough employees for you to give away all that food. Exactly. So
There's so many factors that go into it, and I think there comes a point where you have to weigh, your odds. Could they have survived, especially because they're in a county that's going to be open as of Friday? If they would have waited a few more days to make the call, could they have opened for this weekend and been able to do it? I don't know. Would all their employees come back? Are their customers going to come back? Everybody has to be retrained how things are operating. So even though we've been in business for over 15 years, it's like reopening new. Yes, the regulars will know who we are and what to do, but at the same time, everybody has gotten into a new routine over the past couple of months. So it's going to be... It's going to be difficult. Even though we're going to be able to open on Friday, not Friday, we're going to open next week. Even though everybody else is going to be able to open on Friday, it's still going to be difficult for some of these places.
I wonder what's in everybody's pocket right now. Do I have money to go to the deli? Do I have money to go out and do this stuff? Not everything's going to be open. That theater's not opening.
Right.
Where are they going to get the movies from? Netflix?
Right. And even if you have the money, what is that what you want to spend it on? Are you willing to go and spend $10 to have lunch at the deli? Is that something you're willing to do? So there's a lot of factors that go into it. There's still a lot of unknowns, but now, as of today, my feeling is I'm super happy because they're letting Northern Michigan open again. Tomorrow I might be scared again, but as of today, I'm super happy. And
your words per minute are like on fire today. Well, here, Jess, I don't know what to say, because I've never been through this before, but what are you supposed to say? Congratulations, or
I know,
like what? Yeah, what do I say to you? Things are a little bit crazy out here in California right now. So Arizona is, I don't know, it's like 3-4 hours to the border. It's kind of like from here to Vegas to get to Arizona. And they're full on opening. Arizona is the new Vegas right now. I see people taking road trips out there, posting pictures in restaurants, getting their nails did, getting their feet did, hanging out, doing stuff because it's open right now. You can just freely go there, which I didn't hear that until last week when I noticed that Blake's grandparents took a road trip to quote unquote paradise to go get that's the first thing they did was hit the salon and the day spa, because apparently they're just open there. They're just like wide on open.
Yeah, I haven't read too much into it. My sister lives in Arizona, and I know that she's had a completely different experience with all of this than we have. So, because that's what she said. I think they closed down certain things for a while, but I think they're already like, okay, everything's back to you can open and do whatever.
No masks. No, they didn't have masks. It was wide open, no masks. So nobody sounds like Kenny from South Park there. I was at the store the other day trying to ask a lady where the Brussels sprouts were, and I was like, her, and I was just like, oh man. So it's a handful of hours away to Viva Arizona. So apparently that's the hot spot, literally, because that place is hot. That is the hot spot to go to right now if you're sick of being inside. Also,
you're sick of being in quarantine.
I live in LA County, but I live on the tip of LA County, just the tip right there on the top. Like if I go 5 miles north, I'm in or 10 miles north, I'm in San Bernardino County. So we're up there. We're kind of like the version of you. Like there's downstate LA where you guys have like Detroit and stuff. Right. And then there's up from us, except for my downstate is, an hour away. So they're talking about relaxing measures where I'm at. Because I don't know if they don't care. I guess the flu doesn't apply to us. Like I don't know what it is, but they are trying to talk to our governors or whoever is in charge to open up like the Antelope Valley area again, which I don't know what that means. I have no opinion on that, to be honest. But I did read today that the governor said that pro sports could be opened up and ready to go by June 1st. And I'm like, okay, what are the rules for that? So I'm looking at the rules. I don't know if it could have said July. It was a J month. I think it was June 1st, right?
June 1st is like 12 days away.
You know what? For the sake of argument, let's go with July. I thought it said June 1st. So it was just supposed to be a few days away or whatever. And he's just like, nobody's going to be in the stands, but you'll be able to play the games. But my immediate response was, that's fine. What about the other 49 states where all these sports are played? What happens when we have to go back east to play a different team? I guess we can go to... It's fair game in Florida, too. It's fair game in Florida.
Yeah, and Georgia.
And Georgia
as well. Yep.
So, I don't know what that means for pro sports. Like, there's basketball and baseball and stuff, but what are you going to do when you leave the state and you go to a different state that's restricted? I don't know if there's any states that are more restricted than where we are here.
I don't know.
Everybody has to agree on it. I don't know why he's the almighty keeper of that knowledge. But I thought that was an interesting knowledge. So That's a weird thing that's going on. I don't know why so I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. So
yeah,
Florida is also, they're trying to open up Disney World, right?
They're trying to open up Disney World. I think they were starting either this week or next week. They have like a list of things people can read for coming to the parks. They're going to temperature check all the guests. They're going to have social distancing in all of the lines. The park, I believe, starting can only open to, I want to say it was 50% capacity. So they're going to like limit how many people can actually come into the park. Some of the resorts are opening right now already. But yeah, they're going to start opening Disney World and stuff real soon here, if not already. But yeah, I read a lot about that, and they were talking about how the employees are going to be trained on cleaning and the different things they're going to clean. And I mean, who wants to be the guinea pig? Let's go to Disney World.
Oh man, that just seems like stressful.
I think that, so I have a lot of opinions on it. We can't stay closed forever. We can't live in a bubble. So, and if you don't want to go to Disney World, don't go to Disney World. But at the same time, if you want to be the first person back to Disney World and see what happens, I guess go to Disney World. I personally wouldn't go to Disney World right now. Like for me, that's a little bit much for me. I mean, if the neighbor wants to go, that's fine. But I don't think I would be rushing down to Disney World right now to be like, let's ride all the rides and be on all the things that everybody else touched.
I'm wondering how the ticket lottery works, like the ticket systeming works. How do I get a ticket? Because if it's only 50% capacity, like how do I get a ticket to go there?
They're only gonna have so many tickets available for sale.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
It's gonna be like an online type thing.
Yep. Once that many tickets are sold, that's it.
Everybody's gonna want to go.
Oh, of course everybody's gonna want to go, but everybody doesn't get to go.
What are you wondering? Does this have to do with Cedar Point?
Yeah. How did you know?
Because I know you. I know you well.
But Cedar Point. But what about Cedar Point? I don't know when Ohio is reopening. I know Ohio is doing like their first stages of reopening, but I have no idea like if Cedar Point has started doing any of that stuff.
That's crazy. It's gonna be madness trying to get to Disneyland. Did you see that Phil DeFranco video of everybody episode where he was talking about the people rioting at the Red Lobster for Mother's Day?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like that at Disneyland.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, people need to calm down.
Waiting 3 hours for food and all that stuff.
Yeah, you need to calm down. Yeah. Yeah. There was some other one today where there's some girl was at the store and she wanted to go in without her mask and there was a big fight and I'm just like, holy cow! I could just see that happening at I'm air quoting, the happiest place on earth.
And it might, but let's hope it doesn't. And we gotta. I'm in a good mood today. We're gonna stay positive on all this, and we're gonna hope that people are gonna be respectful and be adults. I mean, even though it's Disney.
I like this side of. I like this new Jess. It's a brand new Jess.
I'm excited.
I know. I can tell. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on as this time passes. We're on like day almost 60 of all this stuff of quarantine. Oh, look at you! You are happy.
I am ridiculously excited because the next step will be the campgrounds. Just let me go back to the campgrounds, and that's the next step. I told Jamie that. I'm like, can we go? What's really funny is I was just talking to my mom this morning about, because May 28th was supposed to be the opening for, the soft opening or whatever, which is 10 days away. And that was supposed to be like the soft reopening of the state for all of these things. And my mom and I were talking and we're like, well, we could get a hotel in Newberry. We could go up and we could go rock picking overnight and take all the dogs. Like that was it. We were like, we're going to get to go. And now it's like, oh, we got to open the deli. We ain't going nowhere.
You guys have an itinerary already.
Yep. Oh, I just want out. I want to go do something. Like, I've been trying to be good. I've been trying to follow all the rules, and I'm not very good at following rules. I shouldn't say that. I'm not very good at following instructions. So I've been trying to do everything, and now I'm like, wait, you said we can leave? We can go? Can we go right now? How about right now?
Right. So Jess, are you good? Do you have anything else to say about outside of?
We get to go outside.
All right, get it all.
I posted on Twitter yesterday, can we go into the out now? So tonight, now I have to post and say, guess what? We can go into the out now.
I'll retweet it. So Jess, did you see this prank? Oh, and I'm so tired of these prank videos. I used to love prank videos, everybody. It used to be so fun to watch on TV. It was crazy to watch prank versus prank before, we ended up being the prank.
Right.
We're watching them and stuff. But did you see that guy in the subway that dumped over that big tub of cereal?
No.
You did not see this?
I don't think so.
So I'll paint you a picture while I send you this video here that you're going to have to watch. So check it out. So apparently you've seen these TikToks and stuff, right? That where people are in the supermarket and they're up the aisles of the supermarket and someone throws something up in the air and it lands on both of them. And then the guy turns around. He's like, oh, what happened? Or yeah, really super frustrated. Or the guys that would pretend to like slam milk on the ground.
Right, yeah.
Which doesn't really seem like a prank to me. It seems like somebody needs to parent their kid.
Right.
But this one takes the cake. I just sent you the video of it. It's this guy, and I got this off I was watching Phil DeFranco.
Right.
And holy cow. Our content tries to be happy and good and fun and still talk about regular things, you know? Like this isn't the happiest story we're talking about, but it's not like a downer. It's just like, oh my gosh, this guy's an idiot. But on the DeFranco show, he just rips this guy. He's cussing at him and he's letting him know how he feels. And I have mixed emotions about him. Like, I like Phil DeFranco. I like that he brings honesty and stuff like that. But he just goes off and sometimes it just lets people know what he thinks. And so there's this guy and he's got like a bucket, like a Tupperware bucket that's probably, it probably hold like 10 or 12 milk jugs, milk gallons.
Right.
And he stands up on the subway in New York with cereal in it, all full, and then he just dumps it on the ground.
And I don't understand why it's supposed to be funny.
A lot of these new pranks, and I don't know if it's just me getting old, but this new wave of pranks is not funny. The guy that picked up the phone at the Walmart, the Justin Bieber looking dude that picked up the phone at the Walmart, the public phone, and was starting to talk about how everything's 50% off because of the pandemic and stuff. And like I don't find that funny. And I love a good prank.
And I don't find that funny either. I mean, that's no different than being in a movie theater and yelling fire. Like,
right.
That just causes panic. Like, you don't do that. I watched it, and I don't get it.
Yes.
Again, you're right. Maybe we're old. I doubt it. I really don't think that has anything to do with it. But I just, you just spilled cereal on, and then you walked off the subway.
Right. That's so bad. Have you ever spilt milk on anything? It's a disaster.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I have.
It's a disaster. I spilt a whole cereal bowl's worth of milk. Fresh cereal all into my DVD collection, and it soaked up in the plastic. Yes. The Heffalump movie had to go to the trash. It just smelled forever.
Right.
So this guy does this on the subway, and I only bring this up because apparently this is really popular. I'm surprised you didn't share this with me.
Yeah, I did. I don't think I didn't see it. I just watched it, and it doesn't look familiar to me, so I didn't see it. Yeah, I've been watching too much of the cat videos on TikTok with the cat talking to his owner.
Oh no, don't get sucked down that rabbit hole. But this guy does this, and I don't know how much trouble he gets into, but I was in a prank video once at VidCon. The very first year I went to VidCon, I was in a prank video. And I kind of half knew that I was, because I could kind of see the guy... And he had like a camera like in his bag, like he had one of those like shopping bags with the camera in it.
Right.
And I sent you just the video. I think it's like 4 minutes and 20 seconds in. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
I think you've told me about it, but I don't know if I've ever watched it.
I was in a prank video. It's from Smooth Pranks. And the dude's just a douchebag. Like every year when I see him at VidCon, he comes up to me. He's like, hey, what's up, man? And I'm like, you just look like you're trouble. So the scenario was selling my girlfriend for money, right? So this guy comes up to me, and Zach and I are standing outside the Anaheim Convention Center. This is the reason why I brought up that crummy story of the guy dumping the stuff on the ground. It reminded me of the fact that I was in a prank video that I never went and saw. I never went and saw the final product until just the other day when I was writing this up for the podcast. So I'm standing outside the convention center next to the Logan Paul waterfalls. And this guy comes up to me with his girlfriend, right? She's Asian, and yes, this matters for the thing. She's Asian, so she's acting like she's not very American-ish.
Right.
And he comes up and he's trying to sell me his girlfriend for like $10. And right away, I know what's going on here. So I'm like, I have two ways to play this. Either I buy into the bit to try to get him his stuff, or I'm just like, get lost, bub.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, like, what's up? Like, and then he comes and you can see the video. I'll link the video in the podcast notes. The whole video's stupid. I don't like this style of pranks, but I'm like, all right, I'll play a lot. I'm excited. It's my first VidCon. This was like, 4 years ago. So he comes up, he tries to sell me his girlfriend for $10. I have 2 5s in my pocket. I buy his girlfriend, or I don't know if this is girlfriend or what. He sells me this girl. And then he walks away. I'm like, this is the stupidest idea the stupidest idea for a prank ever. Like, this is dumb. Right. But you're at VidCon, so you're going to get good footage because everybody's a content creator here. So he comes, he does that. Then she stands there and she just looks at me with like puppy eyes, like what to do next. And I'm like, you're free. But they didn't really get that part on there. And then he comes back and, a few minutes later, like, look, man, here's your $10. Like, she's like worth way more than that. Like he kind of almost tries to throw it in my face. Like, why would you even try to buy her? And stuff, and then it's a prank, and ha ha ha. And then afterwards, he's like, "Can I use the footage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. Like, no problem. Like, I'll get you your footage. I don't care. I don't care." But it was like the worst prank ever. Like, it's got 7,200 views. The channel's got like 67,000 views, but I'm not sure that they've done anything else after that. But I don't agree with this new prank culture. Looking back, would I have done it again? Yeah, probably. Whatever. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me as far as like, is this right or wrong? Like, whatever. If that's what you're doing for your channel, I'll help.
But it's not something that you're gonna like watch, and like it's not something that like you're out there promoting.
I mean, clearly all you guys know how I am. Of course I'm not purchasing a person.
Right. And
I'm not sure what was supposed to happen after I bought this person for $10. She stood there, she's like, what now? And I'm like, you're free, you can go. Like, and Zach and I are hanging out, we're having fun. We just came from the Alley Speed meetup. And so I just don't it's got way more views than anything I've ever done. But I just don't understand this new culture of pranks. Even prank versus prank was pushing the line for me. I'm fine with that. Like, they had it under control. It was kind of crummy sometimes, the stuff that they would do. But I feel like they kept it within their boundaries. Yes, the new stuff is bad. The guy throws up a whole handful of pinto beans in the air, and it lands on 3 people. And he turns around at the supermarket. He's like, oh, where did that come from? And they look confused for a second. That's not a prank.
No, it's just stupid.
That is not a prank.
It's just dumb.
Yes. So I would like the original pranks to come back, where something's a little bit more silly and fun and not just stupid.
Right.
But even looking at this Smooth Pranks video, like, I'm halfway embarrassed to be in it. Although when you look at it, it doesn't matter. I'm just the next human in line of the prank stuff. So it doesn't really hurt my feelings. But the whole video itself, you get the aura of just like, can I say douchebagginess? I already said, like, just doucheness.
Yeah.
This is not, like, why do you think this is, I mean, it's getting the views. And weren't they demonetizing prank channels after a while?
Yeah, they started demonetizing prank channels that were, like, dangerous in nature, and people that were doing things that were just, like stupid, and if they thought it was putting people at risk. I mean, the biggest prank channel the biggest prank video that I remember watching that really, really rubbed me the wrong way, and I think I showed it to you a long time ago, was, and I will say, I like Roman Atwood. I like his vlogs. I like what he does. I know what you're going to say, yep. I do like what he does, so I'm not trying to hate on Roman Atwood.
Can I guess? Can I try to guess it?
Yeah.
Was it his grandma or his mom?
No. It was the video where he pretended to kill Britney's or injure their kid.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember that. No, that's it. I thought it was the grandma on the 4-wheeler.
Yeah. No, it was the kid. They put the kid on the 4-wheeler, and they fake put the kid on the 4-wheeler, and they launched this 4-wheeler, and it went over it didn't stop. And it went over a ramp and off into the woods, and an explosion went off. And, like, he's standing there, and the look on her face, and when she started running, like, instantaneously, I'm like, no. Nobody should be made to feel like that. That's not funny.
Being terrified is not a prank.
That's not, being terrified is not a prank. Unless you're on that show, where that's what you're getting into. Remember that show where they used to do that? I don't remember the name of it, but there was a TV show where they used to do that, but you knew what you were getting into when you signed up for that show. Being terrified like that, especially that your child just got wounded or died in a ORV accident, that's not funny. It's not funny. I didn't watch Roman for a long time after that. Like, that was it for me. I'm like, nope, not funny. I agree. But I don't like.
Go ahead.
I don't like pranks with animals either. When it's people are faking animals being hurt or this stuff, I don't like those.
Well,
either,
what did you think about the prank versus prank video where they pretended like the cat jumped out the window?
I don't remember if I ever saw that.
So it was one where Jessie had like a cardboard cutout of the cat, it looked like the cat, and it was in the window, and then she glanced over as it like fell out the window, and she was like, "Oh, my gosh, like squiggles or snuggles."
That's not funny.
No, I like the ones where he had this like big balloon hanging on the ceiling full of like powder, and she gets home from work and he shoots it with like a Nerf gun with a little pin in it, and it lands on her, and you know, that's kind of funny.
That you said balloons, because the thing I thought was like, you know, I like the ones where like you pack a bunch of those like the ball pit balls at your front door, and then when your husband or your wife opens up the front door, all these balls fall out the door. Like, it's just funny. Like, it's just fun. It's just silly things like that. Like, for me, I feel like that's fun, and it gives you a laugh and it makes you feel good. But when you're terrifying people, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't really either, but then here's where I go against myself. And this is how I'm letting you guys know that I'm human too. I do like some of these prank videos that may be wrong a little bit. I like the ones that, this is just so wrong. Like, they have a bicycle, and the bicycle's got like electrical charges on it, so when someone steals the bike, they hit the button and the dude zaps himself and he falls off. Or they had one where the bikes had the pipes that slipped into each other, so when someone stole the bike, they'd ride it 10 feet and the bike would fall apart. Or they had the bike that had the airbag in it, and when the guy would ride off after he stole the bike, he'd hit the button and the airbag would launch him off the bike.
See, but that's different than a prank, because now you're pranking somebody that's doing something wrong, like the glitter bomb by Mark Rober. You know, where they were stealing the Amazon packages, and then they'd get it, and the glitter bomb would go off, and then the fart spray would go off, and the camera recorded it all.
What'd you think about that one?
I thought it was great.
Wait, it was done geniusly. It's like, oh my gosh, how did you build this box? And can I buy one?
But I thought it was great. They're porch pirates. They're stealing people's packages. You got what you deserved. It's not like they hurt anybody. They gave them a glitter bomb and fart spray. Nobody got hurt. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like there was, you know, BBs that shot out of the thing and somebody got struck in the eye by a BB. It was glitter, which, I mean, well, if we want to argue that, glitter is like tiny little pieces of glass that
you hate glitter. So. I don't even know food that you hate that's more than glitter. You really hate glitter.
I probably would eat just about anything before I would stick my hand in a bowl of glitter.
Wow, that is saying a lot, Jess. But yeah, so I don't know. I felt uncomfortable about that video, even though I was super impressed about the technological like logistics of that.
Right, and we'll link it on Podbean. All these videos we're talking about, Dan will link in the notes because he's awesome.
The one that we're talking about right now with the package bomb is insanely worth the watch.
Oh, it's so good.
But
it's so good.
What if we just didn't have these at all? You know, what if we just didn't have these at all? What if he just didn't put that on his porch? Would people steal it? Did you entice this guy to steal this package? Like, I don't know.
No, because they were stealing packages before. Porch pirates steal packages no matter what.
Right. So I'm not perfect is what I'm trying to say. Like, I do like some of these prank videos. I just don't understand the new prank culture.
Right. Dumping a box of cereal or a tote of cereal on the subway.
There was so much cereal on the subway. So much. And people were so mad. They were all leaving the car and essential workers had to go clean it up. But if you guys watched the Phil DeFranco video on it, he writes up a new one.
I have not. So I will have to watch that one.
He's so much braver than we are on this podcast. Like, I feel even uncomfortable about this whole topic, period.
Do you?
A little bit. We just came off of a high of you being so stoked about being able to go outside. And now I'm like, check out how mad I am about this.
You're like, here's the up and here's old man Dan. I'm calling you that from now on.
You have, because I don't know. I don't want to be crotchety. I'm happy, but
I called you that.
Yep.
I called you that on your live stream.
Oh, yeah. You got in my head with that. I don't remember what I was ranting about, but you got in my head. I'm like, all right, just stop.
I'm like, look, here's old man Dan. I think you were talking about food or... So I don't remember what you were talking about, but I thought it was so funny. And I'm like, oh, look, guys, old man Dan.
Oh, that's Dantix. That's Dantix for you. Old man Dantix.
So is that how we get you to stop complaining? No, I don't feel like you're complaining. I don't feel like you're dragging it down. We're just talking. We're just having a discussion. But I'm still happy.
You do have an impact. As soon as you said that, I'm like, all right, stop. All right, stop.
All right, stop, Dan, stop.
So let's talk about something a little bit more quirky.
Okay.
So I've been watching, and I'll lead into the story by this Shane Dawson thing. So I've been watching more Shane Dawson stuff lately.
Right.
Shane Glosson, which I like his videos, and holy cow, it's their fault. It is Shane's fault. It is Logan's fault. It is David's fault that what we now know as a vlog has changed.
Yes.
Has changed. So Shane's got Shane. He's got Ryland.
Ryland, yep.
Yes. Which his name is Ryan. I learned all that. I got all caught up on this stuff. And then Ryland's got his sister Morgan. And then they have their other fans, Garrett and stuff like that, which...
Yep.
Wow, if you're associated with him, you're pulling in millions and millions of views. I mean, Ryland's sister that hangs out with him has 5.5 million views on average on her videos. I'm like, wow, that is crazy. I like their stuff because it's pretty much happy all the time. It's not angry, it's not dumb, we're not hurting anybody. It's great. So he had his conspiracy theory videos, which I watched and stuff, and then I started watching some of his vlogs, and then I started watching Ryland's vlogs, and then Morgan's vlogs, and then Garrett's vlogs about him being a hoarder, and so I started catching up on that stuff. And do you remember that one time that we talked about on the podcast about the Chuck E. Cheese's pizza?
Yeah.
So check this out. Chuck E. Cheese. And do you remember a few weeks ago on the podcast that I asked you and I asked the audience at home, like, hey, Chuck E. Cheese's has curbside pickup. Why would you go and get Chuck E. Cheese's pizza? Do you crave that pizza? Like, what is it about it? Because that place is like a child's Dave & Buster's. Like, you go there, you have fun, you eat the crummy food. They used to serve alcohol to adults there. They don't anymore. They used to serve alcohol to adults there before there was videos. And you can find videos on this of people fighting and punching inside the Chuck E. Cheese's.
Right.
So they had their big conspiracy theory about their pizza slices not lining up, which is a really good video. For some reason, I really, really liked that video. I thought it was great. So today I went on Twitter to see like what was in the news, because I'm not getting anything from TMZ. Holy cow, what a crap fest that site is.
Right.
So I'm on Twitter, which actually has a really good trending page. It's really hard to figure out what's trending in the world right now, but if you go to Twitter and hit that search button on what's trending, you'll find some good stuff. Seacrest is stroking out, like all this crazy stuff's happening, right? I found that out because of Twitter.
I don't know if that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So Chuck E. Cheese's is there, and I'm like, what's going on? So Chuck E. Cheese's has rebranded themselves since nobody wants to buy Chuck E. Cheese's pizza at all from Grubhub app. So we have the Grubhub app, and I don't know if you know what the Grubhub app interface looks like since you don't have that out there, but it shows all the restaurants and stuff, and it shows all the stuff that you could get from all the stuff, right? Like it shows like it'll show like McDonald's and Taco Bell and stuff, and it'll have their menu on there, and it'll show all the local places that you can get stuff from. So Chuck E. Cheese is now, when you go and look up there, they have rebranded their name, their logo, and everything to Pasqually's Pizza. Pasqually's, is that his name? That's the name of that robot. No, it's the name of that robot chef that's in the band. There's like that purple monster that seems, kind of like the Rockefeller. Yeah.
Rockefeller explosion.
Yes.
Rockafire.
So the pizza man, his name is Pasqually's. Pasqually. Pasqually. So now it's called Pasqually's Pizza and Wings. I'm like, no way, really? What? So they're trying to rebrand their name because nobody wants to buy pizza from Chuck E. Cheese. At all.
That's insane.
Yes. Yeah, so it's called Pasqually's Pizza and Wings. I just sent you a picture to your phone. I did in fact look it up on my Grubhub, and sure enough, it's called Pasqually's Pizza and Wings.
So it's not a prank.
It is not a prank, and it's got this like triangle little like clip art logo and stuff like that. They're trying to stealthily rebrand itself for the takeout orders. So we want to order from this pizza place to take a chance and not know that it's Chuck E. Cheese's pizza, right? So how are they going to pull this off? They're going to pull this off by making a backstory of Chuck E. Cheese. And this is where it's, look, you guys need to hire the Wendy's PR person who could do no wrong. I don't know who you are, but I love you, the Wendy's PR person. But let me read you this backstory here of Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck's official backstory is that he's an orphan mouse who does not know his own birthday. His orphanage was called St. Marinera's Orphanage. To make up for never having a birthday party of his own, he hosts parties for children, creepy. After winning a Pong tournament, what's a Pong tournament? Like the game Pong, beer Pong, ping pong?
Doesn't say, it just says Pong.
After winning a Pong tournament, Chuck, now we're calling him Chuck moved to New York and started working as a singer and a streetwalker outside of an Italian restaurant. Wow, Ratatouille. All right. Where he also met and befriended a musically inclined chef named Pasqually as the drummer. Eventually, he moved to California and created his own restaurant franchise, with Pasqually becoming a star chef and later joining his band. Wow, that's odd. The two would go on to find others to join the band, eventually recruiting the talents of the chicken vocalist named Helen Henny and a keyboardist monster named Munch, who absolutely loves pizza, and a country music loving guitarist bloodhound named Jasper T. Giles. What a creepy, sad, unrelatable, Orphan Annie-ish type backstory, all to figure out if this... What is that pitch meeting like when we're sitting around the table talking about? Like, all right, we're going to have to rename it something else. Well, we can rename it the Chef thing and rebrand with this logo thing and make up this backstory. Hurry up. Everybody get drunk and make a backstory. What is going on here?
That is just strange.
Right?
Like, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yes. I don't get it. Pasqually's Pizza and Wings.
Pasqually's Pizza. Are you going to order it?
Yes. I'm in. I'm in, everybody. I'm in. Yes. I do want some Pasqually's Pizza and Wings. Yes. It's going to be the same food.
It's going to work?
They try to make it like it's going to be a little bit of a, like, oh, no, it's inside Chuck E. Cheese's. There's a little area that's called Pasqually's now, so we're branding that. Yeah, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. What do you think? What do you think about this? Is this crazy?
I feel like they could put it on a prank channel.
Pretty much. Where's Nathan For You? Is that the guy that did the pranks? Like, yeah, where's that guy?
Yeah, I don't... Like, I get it. I get it. But at the same time, like, just why lie to people like that? But then again, maybe they changed their recipe. I don't think they would, but maybe they did. I would be really interested to read a review of somebody who's tried it now versus who had it before.
It's the same thing. But hey, you know what they try to say legally? Pasqually's Pizza and Wings shares this kitchen space with Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, ensuring high-quality, fresh ingredients, a spokesperson told a Food and Wine over email. So, my question to you is, do you want Pasqually's Pizza, or would you like to have some Joe Tiger pizza?
Joe Tiger pizza?
Some Joe Tiger Walmart pizza, because they both taste about the same. But holy cow, I mean, they're trying, but this is almost like bamboozling.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I disagree. I disagree with them doing this. I think it's kind of wrong. I think it's kind of... I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. It feels like you're trying to take advantage of people, and I don't like that.
Would you be mad? Because there's Pasqually's Pizza. Like, there's one down in the valley. Like, I'd be pissed off.
Is there really?
Yeah, that's a name. Like, that, yeah, there's a Pasqually's... There's restaurants that are named this.
Wow.
Yes, they say it's their weirdly depressing backstory is considered canon.
Wow.
I know, right? The silence is crazy. Like, this is crazy.
I literally I don't have words. Like,
I didn't want to tell you about this beforehand.
Now I know why.
Yes. You
wanted to render me speechless because I've talked your ear off today. But I mean, it's Sweeney Todd. It's a meat pie.
What does that mean?
Oh my gosh! Please tell me you've seen Sweeney Todd.
I have not. That's the one with the Pirates of the Caribbean dude.
Well, the new Sweeney Todd, yes, but Sweeney Todd's been around long before that.
That's so not Sweeney Todd's not a male review place?
No, so you don't know what Mrs. Lovett's meat pies are then.
No, is it people?
It is. It's people. Well,
Did I guess it?
First it was animals because meat was expensive, so she started using cats and dogs and whatever else she could find in the alley and put in her meat pies. And then when Sweeney Todd started killing people and they needed a way to get rid of people, they started putting them into the Mrs. Lovett's meat pies.
Oh.
So it's kind of the same thing, right? Tell me that's not the same thing.
That is kind of the same thing. But they did change the recipe a little bit. It's a different pizza that it features a thicker crust and extra sauce, giving consumers a more flavorful, more premium pizza experience. Did she change the experience when it turned to people?
I mean, I'm sure the experience changed because it was probably, a little bit more probably a little bit more bony and a little bit more, They're the worst pies in London.
How close are you to a Chuck E. Cheese's?
Quite a ways. They're downstate. We don't have any up here.
I have one on the other side of the town, and I'm tempted. I'm tempted, but I have no baseline to it. I think I went there one time when Blake was like 6 or 7 for somebody's party.
Right.
And I ate the food. Was the only dad there drinking beer. But I was there doing it. But I don't remember what it tasted like. I can visually kind of see what it's going to taste like after watching the Shane Dawson videos and see that it looks like a one notch above like a Tombstone pizza, or from the oven. Remember that brand, Tombstone?
I do. You can still get it in the store here. I mean, I'm sure you probably can everywhere, but you can still get it in the store here. So.
I should order for next Dantics. I should get pizza from there.
Or for the CC Mouse podcast.
I should, we should.
Since all we ever do is talk about food. So you get Chuck E. Cheese pizza, and I'm going for KFC's fries. I really want to try those.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why were you so excited about that? You were like, KFC's got fries. I'm like, rad, is it going to have gravy on it or mac and cheese? Or is it going to be in a donut?
No idea. All I know is I was online reading something the other day, and I was looking at new and weird fast food stuff, and somebody's like, Kentucky Fried Chicken has the best fries ever. And I'm like, our Kentucky Fried Chicken doesn't have fries. And then only 30% of the KFCs actually had them, and I'm like, oh, we're never going to get those. I'll never get to try them. And because I always like to try the new random stuff. I don't know why, because I do. And I was driving by and saw that they had fries. And then I forgot until just now.
Okay. I can try them. I don't know what they're going to look like. I'm very picky at my french fry. You have to have a perfect fry. You can't give me a steak fry. You can't give me a mush fry. You can't give me a fry that's too dense. They have to be crisp. They have to be nice. They have to be perfect.
They have to be McDonald's. So they have seasoned fries. So apparently they're seasoned with their special recipe. I don't know. I haven't tried them. I want to, but
that sounds good. That sounds good.
It looked good. The pictures look good. I would try it, but I mean, it's not gonna beat McDonald's.
Look, I'm not letting this bit go. Hold on. Okay, guys. So I just went to Grubhub and I typed in pizza, and they are doing double like it says in the article. I can order from Chuck E. Cheese Pizza, and I can also order from Pasqually's Pizza and Wings, right? Same phone number, same everything, same stuff in the building, because they're trying to loophole this to some degree. I don't know what they're doing. I will say that there's 10 ratings, and Pasqually's Pizza has 4.5 stars.
Really?
Chuck E. Cheese's actually also has 4.5 stars. 73% tasty, 78% on time, 75% correct. Pasqually's Pizza, I don't know. It's probably Pasqually's. I don't know. I'm sorry. Right. Has 90% taste, 100% on time, and 80% correct. I don't see any personal feedbacks being left.
Right.
But I'm looking at this.
So it's probably all their employees.
Right. Today you have to leave this review. But it's got pretty decent reviews in the town, and I'm looking at the photos of it. Let me see if the photos are the same as Chuck E. Cheese's. No, Chuck E. Cheese's is thinner. This pizza here from this place looks more like a Pizza Hut. You guys have Pizza Huts?
Yes, we do.
It's more like a thicker Pizza Hut thing. Here, I sent you a link. I don't know if you can click on it without having a Grubhub thing, because I know it's not available in your neck of the woods. Literally your neck of the woods. They have bone-in wings that are $6. A large pizza is $10. That's pretty inexpensive. A Supreme's $14. The pictures look okay. I'm kind of stoked on this a little bit now. Hold on, I might be coming around. But it's featured on the front of Grubhub. It's right on the front of my Grubhub here. There's Chuck E. Cheese's and there's Pasqually's Pizza.
Huh? They don't deliver to my address.
No. But, so, I don't know what to make of this. Is this marketing genius, or is this not? And why does it take me longer to get pizza from one place than the other here? Why are these two delivery times different if it's coming from the same place?
Maybe they cook one for longer?
Yeah, well played. That could definitely be it. All right. We've talked about pizza a lot. We should move on from pizza. But holy cow, people!
I had pizza for dinner tonight, but I had the best pizza.
Oh, let me guess. Did you have the pizza that was BLT pizza?
Well, no. I guess that's the best pizza. No, I had regular pizza.
From where?
I'm sure you can guess.
Oh, pizza.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say no. I had pizza, but I'm like, no. You'll guess it if I say that.
I know. I have a video somewhere. I wonder if I still have it. If it's on my phone of you and I going through the drive-through pizza place. It was the first time of me ever going through a drive-through pizza place.
Yeah, that was Little Caesars.
I was so concerned on how they were going to get the pizza out of the drive-through window. I'm like,
I remember that.
But it's vertical, not landscape.
I was supposed to make hamburgers for dinner today, and then I spent half the day on the phone, with my mom and with all these people, and I had business calls, and I had all this stuff happening. So at 6:30, I looked at Jamie and I went, "Do you want me to make hamburgers, or do you want pizza?" And he goes, "Are you podcasting tonight?" And I went, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Just get pizza. It's easier." I'm like, you're the best.
Oh, that's nice of him. That does sound good. If I come out there, can we get BLT pizza again?
Yes.
Sorry, everybody at home. We're having a conversation here. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Because that was really good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, of course. BLT pizza's amazing.
Will your mom make that chicken chili again? It's hot now. It's hot now, huh?
It's not hot at night.
I'll just ask her. It's okay, like, she's already in my DMs.
Will you make me white chicken chili?
So
yes, I'm sure she would. Do you have any other requests for if you come out here to visit? You're making it sound like you're coming out here to visit. But gee, Dan, should we take some more requests for you? What else would you like to do and see and eat while you're in Michigan?
I would love to go to that brewery we did go to. It's when I looked at it on the Google Maps when I was at your house, it was like over this little bridge area.
Oh, Austin Brothers?
Yeah.
Well, they'll be open for indoor seating as of Friday, and I'm sure I could find some people that would go.
I might just have to make that happen.
All right, we'll put it on your list.
So before we get out of here, wow, we talked about how stoked you were, and we talked about pranks and pizza, and now it's been like almost an hour. Okay, so check this out. So last week when we left off, you were going to go watch Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Yes.
And I was going to watch it as well.
And?
I got distracted.
Yeah.
I watched Sonic the Hedgehog, and you ended up watching the Won't You Be My Neighbor movie, right?
I did. So how are we supposed to talk about these movies? Because, like, I don't want to know about Sonic the Hedgehog because it's on my list to watch.
Oh, we don't have to, like, spoil it or anything like that. Like, we can just talk about it. How did you like it?
I really liked it. It's a very emotional movie. Mm-hmm. At first, I was really confused at what was happening because I'm like, this is supposed to be a movie about Mr. Rogers, but it's not. But then it was. Is it about
his life growing up?
Nope.
Or is it about the show and putting on the show? Because did you watch the documentary yet?
Yes, I did watch the documentary.
You don't have to spoil it for me, but who's the camera following? His parents, him, the show, the producer, or should you just not say?
A little bit of him, and a little bit of somebody who wrote an article about him.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's one of those things that you really, for you to say anything about it, you're going to unravel the movie.
Yes, it's a good movie. I would advise you watching it. Make sure you have a box of Kleenex because it is emotional. There are definitely, especially if you've been through certain things in your life, it's definitely going to reach you in ways you wouldn't expect the movie to reach you. Like, I
mean, I cry in Star Wars, so I probably should.
You'd probably cry in this movie.
How did Tom Hanks do?
Really good, because about halfway through the movie, Jamie goes, "That's Tom Hanks, right?"
Oh, is he a face person?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that's Tom Hanks. And he goes, wow, he plays a really good Mr. Rogers. And I'm like, yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he? And he goes, I knew it was Tom Hanks, but I was sure it was Tom Hanks, but I had to make sure. Did
he bring Fred Rogers to life pretty well?
Yes. Yeah, I think it was really good. Like, I would watch it again. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good movie, and I think if you're looking for a good movie to watch, you should watch it. The next movie on our list is Rocket Man.
Oh, yes. I do like him, so I want to see that one as well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I'll watch it as well. We'll talk about it next week, but I'll end up watching something else.
Yeah, that's probably what'll happen.
Because I get distracted. So I watched Sonic the Hedgehog, and I will say, do we figure out whether that was a marketing plan or not? Was it a marketing plan?
We never did figure it out.
I don't think so, right? Otherwise, that's the biggest dupe in history since Coke and New Coke. in my opinion. But I watched the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and I'll go ahead and spoil it, or I'll go ahead and spoil my reaction real quick, and then we'll talk about it. I loved it. So it was a lot of fun. It was charming. There's still insane flaws about it. If you guys watched it, I recommend you guys going to Screen Junkies and listening to like the reviews or the breakdowns that they do of the movies, where they kind of like point out all the things that are crazy.
Right.
You know, I won't spoil it for you, but at one point they have to get from A to B, and they're like on a road trip in a car. It's like, dude, you're Sonic. What are you doing? Like, why are we in a car? If they did not fix the CG in it, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
A disaster. But he looked charming. He sounded like Sonic. I was happy. When the rings make the noise, it makes the noise like the video game. Jim Carrey was in it.
Yep.
And if you love Ace Ventura, you're going to love him doing Ace Ventura 3 Sonic the Hedgehog movie, because it was pretty much an Ace Ventura movie. Let me tell you something. It was like that. It was like that. Einhorn's man. It was so like,
I love Ace Ventura. That's one movie. I love that movie.
But he almost Adam Sandler-ish a little bit, where it's like, yeah, dude, that's that character. I know. Like, that's right. It was Ace Ventura. He was fine. So it was a good movie. I don't want to spoil anything. There's nothing to spoil in the movie. There's nothing. It's a kid's movie. There's still a bunch of loopholes in it of like, oh, why didn't he do this, or why didn't he do that, or if he's Sonic, then why didn't he do this and that? You throw that all out the window, you know?
Right.
You throw it out the window. I had a good time with it. I enjoyed it. I stayed awake through the whole movie. Blake fell asleep. which made me happy because I'm the one that always falls asleep during the movie. But Blake fell asleep during it. I liked it, and I had a lot of fun with it, and it all was because they made the animation correct.
Right.
So I do recommend Sonic the Hedgehog. It was a fun time, especially if you have kids. Like you watch it, you won't be disappointed. There's a couple adult jokes in there that were a lot of fun. You know, everybody, all the actors in it were great and stuff like that. So I liked it. I really liked the movie as much as I have been sad about all these other movies that I've been watching that get unpopular opinions, like Rain Man. Ouch. That hurt.
Right.
That hurt me last week. My stock went down. Dan Corp lost a few points. Was there an end of credits scenes in the Mr. Rogers movie?
I don't know. We did play. I don't think there was. We did actually let it play all the way out.
They have a website for that.
I don't think I told you what happened when we went to watch that movie.
What's that?
So, like, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. I might have told you, but maybe a month or so ago, we took our Xbox One from the living room and we moved it downstairs because we didn't get Netflix movies on DVD anymore, and we didn't really use the DVD player up here anymore. So there's no DVD player upstairs anymore because the Xbox One is downstairs. So we go to watch this movie, and Jamie goes, "You think that's funny?" And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "I moved the Xbox downstairs." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, well, we can go watch the movie downstairs, I guess. Like, there's a couch down there. I mean, you've been down there. You know, there's couches, there's chairs. I'm like, it won't be as comfortable as upstairs for watching a movie for that long, but whatever. I don't want to drag the Xbox back upstairs. So we go downstairs to watch the movie, and we put the DVD in the Xbox One, and it doesn't work.
Oh, how come? Did it need like a 2-hour update?
The Blu-ray player in the Xbox just doesn't want to play DVDs. Plays games, doesn't want to play DVDs anymore. So we ended up having to put it into the Xbox 360 that we have downstairs. Thank goodness that worked, because now that one doesn't work either.
Did you have to dust that thing off like it's Indiana Jones? You're like, haven't seen you in a minute.
We've played the Rock Band games and stuff on the 360, so like we've used it. Mm-hmm. But we watched the movie on it, and then when Jamie's cousin came over the other day, we were gonna show him something on Rock Band, and we couldn't get the CD-ROM drive on the Xbox 360 to open anymore.
Oh, wow.
So needless to say, I spent $22 and bought the cheapest DVD player I could find at Meijer.
Oh, did it come with The Matrix? Do you remember every DVD player in 1999 came with a free copy of The Matrix?
Yes.
Oh, wow. God. Wow, Microsoft trash.
Right?
Yeah, every time I turn on my Xbox One, I have like a 2-hour update. Every time.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow.
Right. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny. We went to watch a movie, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got rid of the DVD player upstairs because we weren't going to watch movies anymore. But now we're stuck here home in quarantine, so we've been trying to watch more stuff. And
yes.
That was a way to get us to watch more stuff, and I forgot that we got rid of all that stuff.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, wow, Jess, we've been going for an hour straight, but I'm so excited today. Should we wrap it up on a high note?
Yeah, we should.
All right. Before we get out of here, though, we have a live CC Mouse podcast this Wednesday. Are we doing that this Wednesday?
I think it's on my calendar, so I hope so.
Then it shall be 5:00 Pacific, 8:00 Eastern on youtube.com/CC Mouse Podcast, where you can come hang out with us this Wednesday. The funcasts have been great. I've been digging them.
Yeah, they've been a lot of fun. Yes. I've been enjoying that.
Yeah, so if you're looking for something to do, check that out. I've been doing Dantix on Saturday night, although I took a poll. And the poll said that I should be doing it on Friday night. I asked everybody what day that they wanted Dantix to be on. And they said Friday, so I'm going to have to work on how to change that. So anyway, check it out. This Saturday, youtube.com/RFSDan. We have memberships now. We have all kinds of crazy stuff. It's been really taking off.
I love how every week it's something different.
Yes. This last Saturday was probably, I felt, the best. Like, I nailed all 3 segments. It flowed super well. We had new questions.
You got a new outfit?
Got a new outfit. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys got to see this new outfit. It's part Steve Urkel, part valet driver, part promposal. It is great. It is great. We got a theme night coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out if you guys need something to do. What about you? What do you got going on? What are you plugging? Do you have a live stream coming up in the next week or two?
I have no idea. I did order the pieces I needed for the M50 to turn my M50. I think I sent them to you. That Canon had them for sale, so I ordered everything I need to make my M50 into a webcam.
Yeah, like a webcam. Let's talk about that for just a second. There's this new beta app that's out there, and if you have a decently new Canon
within the last 3 years. If it was made within the last 3 years, there's a good chance that it'll have that.
The Mark II wasn't on there, but your Mark III was.
Right.
Yeah, so if you have anything in the last few years, you can use this as a beautiful webcam.
Yeah.
And you can order that cable. What was that cable that you showed me this morning? I ordered it.
That cable this morning, I think you can just plug that into your computer and it charges your battery while you live stream.
Crazy. You're all set. That saves you guys about $200 worth of getting the cam link and all the other things to make your DSLR or your mirrorless camera into a webcam. So check it out. It's on the Canon site. It's a beta version of it. But holy cow, when we turned it on Dantix, it was choppy because I haven't played with the settings, but boy, did it look crisp.
Right. I love the idea that I hopefully will be able to like actually hold a camera in my hand and it'll have decent image stabilization for live streaming. Like, so I can actually do, like years ago when I used to live stream, I used to do that with the camera, but it never looked right. And I always got really like, I don't know, it just never looked right. And then when YouTube started letting you do it from your phone, I started doing it from my phone, but my phone always glitched. Like the comments would just disappear and then I couldn't see anything and then it would disconnect. So it never worked for me. So to be able to try to do this now using my actual camera, I'm kind of excited.
I kind of hate this saying, but you know what, Canon? This is a game changer.
Yeah, it is.
You just put Camlink out of business. You just put Elgato's link out of business. Like, way to go. Like, good job. As much as, you know, we love and hate Canon, like, thank you, Canon. So, guys, I would check that out. That is free. If you have that camera, it was like 20 cameras or 30 cameras on there. Yeah. Your production value can be really lifted by just downloading this piece of software.
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Just get rolling.
This is where I suck in this big breath of air. That'll do it for this week's episode of the CC Mouse Podcast. Listen to us every Wednesday on your favorite music app. Interact with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon at CC Mouse Podcast. Rep our merch at ccmousepodcast.shop. And we'll see you guys Wednesday. And next week right here, same mouse time and same mouse podcast. Bye.
Bye. Yay, we did a thing, and I'm allowed to leave my house.
Yes!